gentlemen, this is Keith Moore here and Congressman Hank Johnson.
Before you segue into that, I must say once again how much I'm impressed with the fact that you're doing this program. You're making information available to those who are connected, and we need to do as much as we can to drive more viewership to your channel, if you will. What's the best way to refer to that?
It is totally a channel. It's a news network. It's an online news network.
That's what I'm trying to say.
It's an online news network.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. We appreciate that.
Information is power.
When you know what to do with it.
That's right. That's right.
And so, why don't you just give us 1 minute about the demilitarization, and why don't we have you come back on the show to talk about this in great detail. It is very current. We are going to go down to the next session, My Brother's Keeper. We're going to be talking about the injustices and Michael Ferguson that's continuing to be a saga, as we know. So it's important for us to just mention it. And you have a bill that you are seeking to move forward. Why don't you just tell us really quickly about that one?
Yes, this is the Stop Militarization of Law Enforcement Act. And what this act would do would be to put restrictions on the Pentagon's 1033 program. The 1033 program allows for the Department of Defense to transfer surplus military hardware to state and local governments, state and local law enforcement agencies. And this means that if a law enforcement agency, let's say the Ferguson Police Department, looks at a website, the Defense Logistical Agency, which is an arm of the Defense Department of Defense, go to that website, looks at the surplus military property. But what am I talking about? Military hardware. We're talking about armored vehicles. We're talking about drones. We're talking about weaponry in excess of 50 caliber. We're talking about stun gun grenades. We're talking about silencers. And this is equipment that is acquired by the law enforcement agency with no input from the local governing authority, the city council, the county commission. And so these law enforcement agencies acquire this equipment, and then the 1033 law requires them to use the equipment within 1 year of receipt.
Use it?
Yes. So you must use the equipment.
Is it like use or lose? Or
That's exactly right. You use it or you lose it. And so that is a recipe for a lot of misuse of that equipment. And so my bill, the Stop Militarizing Law Enforcement Act, would forbid the transfer of certain military-grade weaponry from the Department of Defense to the state or local law enforcement agency.